Hey guys, sorry it's been such a long time. Daniel and I have been going through a lot of ups and downs, wild ride of crazy life. So Daniel and I started our adventure together as a trucking family back, I think it was December 4th or 5th. So a little bit of backstory. Daniel and I have been trying for a baby for a few years now, and we had two miscarriages of our own, and I've had one previously, many years ago, actually should be 6 this year, so about almost 6 years ago, from an assault that happened in college. So we've had some losses with children, and while trying, and of course losing two, we decided that we wanted to stop trying for a baby for a little while, and that it was putting a lot on me mentally and emotionally, and somewhat even physically. Just being transparent, as a married couple, you want to enjoy the intimate side of marriage, and it became like a chore trying to have a baby. So we decided to stop trying, and we were about to be trying out this adventure on the truck anyways, and it kind of made sense to not worry about it, just live our life, and we'd get a baby when the time came, if that was what, was meant to be for us. Well, it turns out that probably within a few days of being on the truck, we didn't need to be trying, because we are now expecting a little boy. Of course, I didn't find out that we were pregnant until December 29th. I'll get to that in a minute. But when we got back home for, we're gone usually 3 to 4 weeks at a time on the truck, and then we'd come home for a day or two just to kind of have a reset. When we got home, we were unexpectedly evicted from our home on Christmas Day. Jax is playing with a kitty right now. We were evicted from our home on Christmas Day, and we had 24 hours to find a storage unit and put all of our things in storage, and not all of our things would fit because we couldn't afford 2 units, nor could we afford one of the really, really big ones. And so we had to leave a lot behind. We just kept the bare necessities. So we decided, well, you know what? It's fine. We're about to go on the truck anyway. We'll put our things in storage, save that money that we've been paying for rent, and, when we get back, we'll find something new. So the next day, December 26th, we had taken our last load of things from the house to our storage unit and had left the keys at the house. Everything was good. And we hit a very big buck on the road. It totaled our car. And because of we were struggling a little financially, and we were a few days late past the grace period on our insurance, and they wouldn't cover my car, and it was a very scary experience. Of course, at the time, I did not know that I was pregnant. I was in the front seat on the passenger side, and luckily it hit my husband's side. He was driving. It had, dented up the door really bad. We couldn't open the window, couldn't open the door. Jack, stop it, please. He's hyper. But, we came out pretty much injury free. It scared the mess out of me. I had a horrible panic attack. In fact, Daniel tells me that the way that I was acting, he thought maybe I had gotten hurt, and it terrified him, of course. And surprisingly, Jax did very well with it. I don't even know if he realized what had happened, but he was sitting in my lap because we had the back seat full of the last little bit of stuff that was going to the storage unit before we spent the night in the truck before we headed out the next morning. And he just kind of laid across, like he had his head up on my chest, and he just laid on my belly. I'm not sure if he knew I was pregnant back then and maybe was trying to protect it, or if he just was calm and just being calm because he knew I needed it, or if he really just had no idea. We'll never know. But I was very glad that he was calm. When the police officer showed up, I even told him, because I couldn't get out very easily, I asked him to take Jax's leash, and I said, well, he's very protective. I'm not sure if he'll try to like growl at you or whatever, but I need you to take his leash so I can get out, and I'll take it back from you. And he did so well. I was very surprised because he'd never seen an officer before. You know, they've got belts with guns, tasers, all that mess. He did so well. So we were able to have a friend and my mother-in-law and father-in-law check on us, make us, or make sure that we were okay, and get us to the truck stop where our truck was parked, and you know, sat with us till we were calm. Leave the cat alone. Leave him. Just leave him be. So we spent our time on the road, and we had another 3 to 4 weeks we were gone. We got back into town this time around January 21st-ish, I'd say. And going back, so we'd been on the road for maybe 2 days, 3 days. Let's see, we left the 27th. On the 29th, I'm not sure what made me want to take a test, because, you know, just being transparent here, I've always had very irregular periods, to the point where I'll skip 3 or 4 months at a time, and it's always been that way. I'm not diagnosed with any like PCOS or any other things like that. So I've just gotten in the habit since I was, you know, first with Daniel, to just take a pregnancy test every month, just make sure everything's okay. So been taking pregnancy tests. There was nothing. Something told me, we'll just take one. Whatever, it's gonna be negative again. Come to find out, it was positive, and I actually kind of freaked out a little bit. I mean, with due reason, we were now homeless and had no vehicle. So they say when you stop trying, that's when you have your baby. I was not expecting that to be so very literal, because with the way that the calendar is done, by the area that we would have conceived would have been maybe at most a week after we decided not to try anymore. So you see where that got us. So I came in, told Daniel we were pregnant, and we shed some tears and laughs and our fears about the whole thing. And at that point in time, Daniel decided that he did not want to be gone for sometimes 8 weeks at a time and miss out on the pregnancy and getting to raise, you know, his child. At the time, of course, we didn't know what it was, but so we came home in January, well, back to our hometown, and some friends of ours are allowing us to stay with them until we can get in a house of our own. They've been so great to let us have a space in their home and welcoming Jax, and they have their own animals, so he has plenty of entertainment, plenty of time to play. And so now we found out about a week ago, I think. No, I know what it was. It was April 21st. Jax, are you good? He's making weird noises, I don't know. But we found out April 21st that we are having a little boy. His name will be Michael Nicholas, and we are expecting him around August 28th. We never know if he'll show up early. Can you please stop? Jax, here. Lay down. We never know if we're going to be expecting him early or late. My oldest sister would love for him to come a little later and be born on her birthday. Her birthday is about 3-4 days later, so she'd love to have a nephew on her birthday. But we have since found a truck that we do not have to finance. It's paid for, it's taken care of. We have found a home We are not able to move in quite yet, as there are some repairs that need to be done, but it's got everything I could ever dream of. It's got a beautiful front porch. I hate carpets just as a mom, and with pets, you just get used to stains and things being spilled, and yogurt and Cheerios and cereal and syrup from pancake breakfast on Sunday mornings and stuff like that. So I'm excited that there is no carpet in this house. It'd be lovely just to sweep up and call it a day. We've got a bedroom with an adjacent nursery, and little man will have his own bedroom that it's giant bedroom. I'm so excited for him to have that. It's got a nice sized backyard, everything we could have really ever wanted, and fits our budget, accepts Jack's for no extra price, which is lovely. And I'm humbled because we see how much we have come from with being homeless with no vehicle, expecting, not really knowing what was next, to getting ready to move into a home and having everything set up. We've been very blessed by people in the community giving us things for the baby. I mean, I'm talking hundreds of dollars worth of stuff just donated, which has been amazing. Because when our stepson first started staying with us, he was not an infant by any means. So he was just a younger toddler. So we don't have any of that, playpens and bouncers and car seats for babies and all of that mess. So it's been nice to have all of that. And Jax has since had some time to work on his behavior. We've had a few moments with him and just his protective nature and trying to really work through that, and his fear and anxiety with separation. So he's really working on that a lot. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just show you guys some little pictures and clips that we've taken that you guys have missed out on, as we've been kind of taking our journey in silence. We needed some time just to get everything together because we didn't really know the answers, and I went into a really bad depression with it, and I didn't really want that videotaped. I really needed some time to come to myself. But we are now 23 weeks along, a little over halfway. Michael is constantly kicking my ribs to pieces and doing handstands on my bladder, so we will update. Probably not as often as we did on the truck, but I'm looking to once or twice a month updating you guys on how things are going with the baby and eventually decorating the house and the baby shower. But for all of you who have sticked by and kept in touch with us and supported us throughout our whole journey, we definitely appreciate you guys, and can't wait to see what we are up to next. Our life is always crazy.